Hey everyone, and welcome. So, what if I told you there's a secret weapon for the IELTS exam, and it's something you already know? We're talking about adjectives. I know, it sounds super basic, right? But trust me, getting these right can be a total game changer for your writing and speaking scores. Let's dive in and see how. So, you're probably thinking, seriously? Adjectives? How can one little type of word make that big of a difference to my score? Well, it's all about getting inside the examiner's head. What are they really looking for? They're looking for precision, for detail, for clarity. And guess what? Adjectives are your #1 tool for delivering exactly that. Okay, let's break it down. An adjective's whole job is to add color and detail. It's the difference between saying, I saw a house, and I saw a huge, modern house. See? That extra detail paints a much clearer picture. And that's exactly what gets you those top marks. It tells the examiner, hey, I don't just know basic English. I can use it to be specific and meaningful. It's a huge signal that you have a great vocabulary. All right, first things first. Before we get into the really cool, advanced stuff, we've got to nail the basics. Let's talk about the foundation. Where do you actually put adjectives in a sentence? Don't worry, it's way easier than it sounds. You know, there are really only two main spots you need to worry about. The first one is the most common, right before the noun you're describing. Think an important decision. Simple enough, right? The second spot is right after what we call a linking verb, words like is, seems, feels. For example, the test seems difficult. If you can remember just those two, you are golden. You're already well on your way. Okay, now for the fun part. This next tip is what really separates the good scores from the great scores. We're talking about adjective order. Getting this right makes you sound so much more like a natural, fluent speaker. It's a subtle thing, but wow, does it send a powerful message to the examiner. All right, I know what you're thinking. A chart. But don't panic. You do not need to memorize this. The idea here is just to get a feel for the natural flow of English. We almost always start with our opinion. Is it beautiful, ugly, nice? Then we move into the facts, like its size, its age, its color, and so on. Just getting familiar with this general pattern is what's going to help you. Let's look at a classic example to see how this works in real life. A beautiful, small, old wooden house. You see that? Beautiful is our opinion, small is the size, old is the age, wooden is the material. It just sounds right, doesn't it? If you tried to say a wooden, old, small, beautiful house, it would sound really strange to a native speaker. That's the power of getting the order right. So, let's put you in the hot seat. Imagine you're in the IELTS speaking test, and the examiner asks you to describe a gift you received. You'd say, I got a lovely new Italian leather bag. That's perfect. Opinion, lovely. Then age, new. Origin, Italian, and material, leather. The other version? A leather, Italian, new, lovely bag. It just sounds clunky and wrong, and that kind of unnatural phrasing is a bit of a red flag for an examiner. All right, foundation is solid. Now it's time to power up. Let's get into some next-level techniques that will make your English really stand out. Comparatives, superlatives, and these little things called preposition pairs. This is huge, especially for Task 1 writing when you're looking at charts and graphs. The rule is super simple. Comparatives, like better than or more expensive than, are for comparing exactly two things. But if you're comparing 3 or more things, you need a superlative, like the smartest or the most expensive. Getting this right shows the examiner you're not just throwing words around, you're being precise. Okay, here's a pro tip. Examiners love to see these. We're talking about adjective plus preposition pairs. You know, like being interested in something, not interested on it, or being good at a skill. Using these correctly is one of the clearest signs of a high-level English speaker. It just sounds so natural and correct. Okay, theory time is over. I've been talking a lot, now it's your turn. Let's see what you've learned with a super quick quiz. You ready for this? Let's go. First one up, which of these is correct? He is responsible for the project or he is responsible at the project. Think back to what we just talked about with those little pairs. And the answer is A, of course, it's responsible for. It's one of those little details that makes a huge difference. If you got that one right, fantastic job. All right, question number 2. This one is all about that adjective order we discussed. Which one just sounds right to you? A new, big green car or a big new green car? You got it. The answer is B, a big new green car. And why? Because we're following that unwritten rule. Size first, then age, then color. It just rolls off the tongue so much more smoothly, right?
Awesome job on that quiz. Now let's flip the script. Instead of choosing the right answer, I want you to find the mistake. Put on your editor hat, because I'm going to show you some sentences with really common errors. Okay, here they are. Take a look at these 4. Each one has a classic mistake in it, something to do with adjective order, comparatives, prepositions, all the stuff we've been talking about. Go ahead and pause here if you need to and see if you can spot what's wrong with each one. So, how'd you do? Let's go through them. Number 1, that's an order problem. It should be a beautiful old wooden table. For number 2, more good is never right. The comparative is better. Number 3, another preposition slip-up. You're interested in history. And finally, number 4, for easy, the superlative is easiest, not most easy. These are precisely the kinds of little mistakes that are so easy to make, but also so easy to fix. Whew, okay, that was a lot of information. So let's wrap this up by boiling it all down to a simple action plan. The key things you need to remember for your exam prep. So here it is, your adjective checklist. First, when you're writing, just take a second to check your adjective order. Does it sound natural? Second, make sure you're using comparatives and superlatives in the right situations. Third, challenge yourself to sneak in 1 or 2 of those adjective preposition pairs. It's an easy way to sound more advanced. And finally, always remember the big picture. Use adjectives to add those specific, juicy details that make your language come alive. So, I'll leave you with this question. What's the one thing from today that you're going to consciously practice next time you write an essay or do a speaking practice? Is it going to be the adjective order or maybe those preposition pairs? Pick one thing and focus on it. That is truly the fastest way to turn this advice into actual points on your score. Thanks for watching and good luck.